Right now, I think you're getting a rare bargain in Harman Industries. That's HAR for you home gamers. You might know the company is the maker of high-end audio speakers from JBL and Harman Kardon brand sound systems to car stereos to top-notch professional-grade equipment, as well as being a key maker of automobile infotainment systems that integrate everything from navigation to media, safety solutions, and smartphone connectivity. Harman is the #1 player in every business where they compete. And that's because their technology is truly proprietary, backed by thousands of patents and great software, not just hardware. Now, Harman just reported this morning, and they delivered a 12-cent earnings beat off of a $1 basis on dramatically higher than expected revenues that rose 32% year over year. The company also raised their guidance for the full year, yet the stock traded erratically today, opening at 114. That was about $5 from the close, then diving to 102 before finishing at 107.47 It was down a little more than $2 or 1.95%. Frankly, that's a rare moment of weakness for a name that's given us a 33% return since we last spoke to CEO at the end of October. Even after that run, Harman's inexpensive, trades at less than 20 times earnings, despite having a 22% growth rate. Don't take it from me. Let's get a closer look with Dinesh Paliwal. He's the chairman and CEO of Harman International Industries. Hear more about the quarter and his company's prospects. Mr. Paliwal, welcome back to Mad Money. Good to see you, sir.
Good to be on your show, Jim.
Good to see you. All right. I've heard of big orders in my time, but this system had a very big order this quarter, didn't it?
It sure did. We were very fortunate to ship 1.5 million units in this past quarter. The full order was for 1.9 million units. It's the largest order in the industry.
It really, large order.
Yeah.
And here we've got the phone that everybody wants, right?
Jim, this is most exciting to me because this solves one big problem. All the music we consume these days, at the convenience of mobility and ease of use, well, we lose 90% of the data. So during compression, digitization, there's the first phone, which is the smartphone with full audio restoration. So you listen to your CD quality when you're listening music from that, and we have put in several patented algorithm software in this phone.
And where will I get this?
You start to buy, actually, you can get that on all Sprint outlets starting May 8th.
Right. You guys have a good partnership now. I know Dan told me that, too. And this box.
This is another application of this patented technology called Clarify. So this is called Authentics. This brings back the memory of 40 years. Yet it has all the technology, so you can listen to your digitized files using just the Bluetooth technology. So you don't even have to connect anything and listen at a CD level, more like a 7.1 surround sound system at home.
Okay, now the reason I wanted to start with these is because you have just taken the industry by storm. Every single auto company, not everyone, but there's some that are still holding back that I think come in. But it's because you have the best. But not all cars are the best. I mean, you have to tier it. If I buy a less expensive car, I'm not going to get the same Harman system as the more expensive car, right?
That's absolutely right. The #1 thing is car companies want differentiation.
Right.
So BMW wants luxury systems, so does Audi and Mercedes, and we do all the cars and Porsche, but their systems are so unique. That's where all these beautiful things coming from Apple, from Google, from Samsung, from BlackBerry, they're all unique smart apps like Apple CarPlay, but these have to fit in a much larger, complex system which differentiate BMW. So now come to the mid-segment car or entry car. We're also going to be doing all the GM systems. So system allows today, being modular and very software-driven, that you can do the feature set combination and be the low cost. At the same time, you can give what basic users can afford. So price points for Harman infotainment systems are actually very comparable to these phones. This phone is, if you buy without agreement, it's like $600-700. Our system costs as much, but it gives you a lot more punch and it's totally embedded in the car.
Okay, this is important because on the conference call, actually, there's some people who are worried that you've won high-quality problem here. So many systems and have so many launches that your gross margins could be affected. We know that happened with Ford. The retiring Al Mulally said, look, we had to get all these launches done in order to be able to make more money in the back end. I didn't hear anything in the call that told me that you were being hurt by all these launches, but that seemed to be one of the subtexts of the conversation going on by the analysts.
I think industry sometimes gets ahead of itself, or sometimes some analysts perhaps. But in our case, I've been very clear ever since I came in the company that we will always pick the business we want because profitability is very important to me personally, and that's the DNA of the company. So in fact, we have lifted the margins from almost 2 or 3% lowest level to now double digit. and all our backlog of $19, $20 billion is in double digit.
Right.
So, and all the deliveries we'll do would actually come out from the factories in Mexico and Hungary, so even lower cost base. So margin expansion is coming regularly. For the last 3-4 years, we have seen the margin expansion.
Okay, good. That answers the main question that I think drove some of these analysts to think that something's wrong, because I didn't think. One of your principles, I didn't see anything wrong, protecting against disruptive technology from the outside. But there's a great one here. It's called cultivate healthy paranoia. Okay, let me tell you something I was paranoid about. Your conference call started at 11. This company, the stock opens at 114. It goes down to 104 at 10 o'clock. No one knows anything. Why does the stock dive 10 points? You don't have your conference call yet. That made me paranoid. What did they know that didn't happen?
Frankly, I was not even paying attention at that time, because my team told me, you stay focused, you have a call coming up.
Right.
This swings can go back and forth. And actually, automotive industry is pretty cyclical. Our stock has been pretty volatile, but I think we're starting to gain ground and starting to get some traction and stability. And I hope with the call today, the clarification, with a robust order, a robust revenue increase, hopefully this will continue to go in the right way, slow and steady, but in the right direction.
Well, look, if you're going to view it month to month, it's not going to work.
No.
Then we wouldn't have hit this. You know that we've been affiliated with your stock in a very positive way, because we're not looking at the dailies. That's why I say it's an opportunity. But one last thing I need you to explain to people. It isn't like Ford or like Audi's not going to wake up tomorrow and say, strip out those speakers, let's put someone else in, because it's not the speaker that's embedded.
So, Jim, I'm glad you asked, because entry barrier in our business is very high. Right. Once car companies made a decision to have Harman Kardon and all BMW, they're putting their marketing dollars worldwide to promote BMW with Harman Kardon.
Right.
Now, they can't just bring just about anybody else. So therefore, if you look at, we are in a 4th generation BMW. Unless you mass it up, you're not going to go. And with our iconic brand, with our leading technology, and we are the true bridge between Silicon Valley and OEMs, with life cycles of Silicon Valley 9 to 12 months, and car cycles are 9 to 12 years. Right. We bridge that gap. And that's something most people understand. That's why they're starting to see that Harman is going to lead the space going forward.
All right, excellent, because I know that people will look at the stock and say, that's too volatile for me. Well, you know what? You got a chance to buy it at 102. When it comes down, you buy more. That's just the way this stock has been the whole way, the whole run on Mad Money, and I'm not changing my view one bit. That's Dinesh Paliwal, the Chairman, President, and CEO of Harman International Industries. This is one where the product is so great that it attracts so many different companies to want their product, and that's why we like the stock. Don't move. Lightning round is next.